this. You need to clear the junction now. Follow the white car in front. Stay in this lane, stay in this lane. Hiya guys, and welcome back to Clearview Driving. My name is Amin, and today I'm doing a mock test with Harrish. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Now, you are an experienced driver.
Yeah.
Of 10 years.
Yeah.
But now you're having to do everything again here.
Yeah, unlearn the bad habits.
So you've had 6 hours of driving lessons.
Yeah.
And your test is in a few months' time.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you drive outside of your lessons as well, like with family?
No, not right.
No.
Not right now, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so do you know how this test is going to be conducted? Do you want me to tell you a little bit about it today?
Please.
So the drive's going to last 38 to 40 minutes. We're going to do a mixture of roads. We're going to do one manoeuvre. We may also carry out the emergency stop, similar to everything you've seen online or you've been practicing. Okay? The aim of the drive is just to drive safely and you get your license. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of independent driving, which is where I'm going to give you some signs to follow. And then also, yeah, I'll give you directions throughout.
Yeah, that's right.
So a quick question about your vehicle before we get started, which is now, and then one whilst you're driving as well. So for your tell me question, could you tell me where would you find the engine oil and how do you check it's at the correct level?
It will show on this on this meter, I believe.
Okay.
If I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken. So,
engine oil, yeah? Where would you find the engine oil? Where's it located?
it's a noise on the engine, so we need to open the bonnet and check.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how would you check that you've got enough engine oil in your car?
There's a meter, I think there's a meter showing there, so from that only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
For anyone that is new to watching these videos, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, let us know what you thought about today's video, subscribe if you're new, and select the bell icon so that you get a notification every time that I'm uploading. Now Harrish, whenever you're ready, we're going to get started. I will be telling you whenever to turn, so we're just going to move off from here and then make a right turn.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So you can switch off the switch on the engine. Just going to get that set up for you.
Yeah, all done, yes.
And then you may drive off whenever you are ready.
This is the indicator, yeah?
The one above.
The up, sorry. So, it's done? Oh, yeah, I think so. Let me just check it one more time. Oops, sorry.
So it's a right turn out of here, yeah?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, on this side of the road.
Oh, yeah, that's coming.
So here Harrish was about to position on the wrong side of this junction, and it's not safe to do this as that's the side that vehicles would be turning into. So as we're waiting, you can see the grey car ahead of us is now waiting to turn in towards this junction. Always pay attention to road signs. There's a keep left arrow in the middle of the road which is telling us to keep left of this island as we're currently on a two-way road, but just ahead of us we've got a sign on the right hand side which is for a one-way road. So this section of the road is now one way. When moving out onto a busy junction like this where there's traffic on the new road, make sure to get eye contact with the traffic on that new road to make sure they have seen you. In most cases, they'll just slow down, then look at you, or they might even flash their headlights or invite you into the road. When you see this, don't just assume that that signal is for you. Remember to look all around to make sure it's actually safe. roundabout. We're going to go straight ahead. It's the second exit. As we entered this roundabout, Harrish gets a dangerous fault with use of mirrors change direction as he ends up switching towards the right lane in front of this silver car. He had not checked his mirrors towards the right, he was busy looking at the roundabout itself. He simply needed to follow the lane towards the left and keep left as we exit. You can see as we're leaving, he does check his mirrors towards the left and then switches back into the left-hand lane. We're going to be taking the next road on your left. It's coming up shortly. Harrish gets marked down for his control and foot brake at this point as he stops about 2 car lengths before the stop line itself, so the brake was actually quite firm. If somebody's behind us, they would not be expecting us to stop at this point. Driving down narrow roads, make sure not to cut the corner when making a right turn, as there could have been a vehicle approaching that wanted to make a right turn out of that road and we were entirely in that space. And turn left, please. Okay, Harrish, if you could pull in and park up on the left just before the next car, just along here. Just on the road, yeah? This is fine. Yeah, that's fine, thank you. Alright, so shortly I'm going to get you to carry out the emergency stop. I'd like you to drive normally down this road. I'm going to look all around and make sure it's safe and then give you this signal. Stop. As soon as you get that signal, I'd like you to stop the car as quickly and as safely as possible, please. But wait for my signal before you stop the car.
Yeah, sure.
Drive off when you're ready.
Now with this emergency stop, Harrish does stop very quickly, but you want to make sure you keep your hands firmly on the wheel and keep looking ahead as you're making the stop. You do not need to be checking your mirrors or looking all around, as the examiner will make sure it's safe before they give you that signal.
Stop. Stop. Thank you. Drive off when you're ready.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get you to do that again. Continue driving normally, okay?
Alright, thank you.
Turn left, please.
So the new road does have some roadworks and there is a large vehicle on the opposite side of the road. The road is fairly narrow, you can turn in, but it's quite a challenging turn from this side of the road. If we did want to turn in here, you would need to start from the right hand side of the road and then turn in so that you can clear the roadworks without hitting the tail of your car. But in this case, Harrish simply went right. Harrish does have a bit of a bad habit of coasting. Anytime something's happening in front of us, his initial reaction is to put the clutch down and then start braking. So what we're doing there is, as soon as the clutch goes down, you're disconnecting the engine from the tyres, and the tyres naturally gain momentum when you do this. Now in terms of your driving test, as long as you've still got control of your vehicle and you're not going around corners too fast, coasting is not something that they're going to be marking down or even mentioning too much about. But you want to make sure you're not doing this, because this can get you in a lot of trouble. If you needed to slow down quickly, putting the clutch down first actually makes it harder to stop. When you're using the brake by itself, you've got foot brake and engine brake, but when the clutch is down, you don't have any engine brake and you're having to use more pressure on the foot brake in order to slow down quicker. So it's not a good habit for a new driver.
If you could pull in and park up on the left just before the next black car, please. Okay, Harrish, what I'd like you to do now, using the vehicle in front, I'd like you to demonstrate how you would carry out the parallel park exercise. So pull up alongside the vehicle in the road, then reverse back and park within 2 car lengths. Try not to go onto the driveway. Treat that like a raised curb.
Alright. Reverse is normal.
Lift.
Harrish does carry out this reverse parking manoeuvre really nicely. He's keeping the car really slow and continues to check all around. Now, as we get closer to the curb, a van does turn up behind us, but this was not a major concern as we were already close to the pavement and there was more than enough space for them to pass. But you want to make sure if you notice someone approaching that you pause, allow them to continue and then continue with your manoeuvre. With this manoeuvre, Harrish does get marked down for his control as he did have to go forward to readjust, but this is not a major fault as you are allowed to adjust as long as you're within the 2 car lengths.
Thank you. That'll be fine there.
I'm still doing it, I'm sorry.
Oh, this is sufficient, thank you.
Oh, alright, thank you.
Try it when you're ready. The roundabout, turn right, third exit.
Approaching this roundabout to make this right turn, Harrish turns without a right indicator. This can be quite dangerous as the vehicles ahead of us do not realise that we're going past 12 o'clock, as well as pedestrians, they don't realise where we're going. As we turned into the new road, there were some pedestrians waiting to cross the road.
Traffic lights, turn left, please.
Now this traffic light right turn is a fairly large junction. You can see Harrish puts the clutch down and he's putting the brake on as we're going round. So we're currently coasting at this point, but as long as you don't lose control, this is not a fault, but it's generally a habit you want to avoid. Harrish does move back into the normal driving lane, but he forgets that his left indicator is still running, and we end up passing this junction and eventually he realises it's still on and turns it off. Approaching this next roundabout, we're going straight ahead and there are 2 lanes on this carriageway. Harrish ends up going into the middle lane before the roundabout, and as he enters the roundabout he switches into the 3rd lane in front of another vehicle. This goes down as a dangerous fault as we're not leaving the other vehicle any space to be able to actually enter the roundabout.
So we're going to turn right from here.
As soon as we approach this traffic light junction to make this right turn, ahead of us the traffic light started changing to red. There is space for a filter arrow, but that does not always turn on. So if you're waiting at a green light and you're already in the junction, you need to turn as soon as it goes red.
Is it okay to stop?
You need to clear the junction now. Just turn. Yeah. Keep to the left as you're turning, yes? Fine, just keep it really slow. We're just going to spin around and head back. So just keep to the left and just turn in here. Turn around. Just turn all the way.
So we did have to turn around at this point as we ended up going the wrong way at the last junction. Now in terms of the traffic lights, if there are 2 different sets of traffic lights and the one for turning right is red, that's when you would be waiting for your filter traffic light to turn green. On the last junction when we made that right turn, there was only 1 traffic light, but there was space for a filter arrow, which is usually timed according to the amount of traffic turning right.
Oh. Sorry.
You can see the one in the distance.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
yours. Okay, now when we approach the roundabout, I'd like you to go straight ahead, 2nd exit.
Now on approach to this roundabout, Harrish is in the correct lane, but as soon as we entered the roundabout, he keeps the wheel straight and he needs to go round towards the left as the white car in front of us does. This would have caused him to straight line the roundabout, so I told him to follow the white car in front instead.
Follow the white car in front.
Now from watching Harrish's driving, it doesn't look like he knows which lane to start with when it comes to roundabouts or how to follow that lane once he's in the roundabout.
Okay, Harrish, when we get to the roundabout, I'd like you to turn right. It's the 4th exit.
Okay.
Throughout this mock test, some of the faults that Harrish is making are actually quite dangerous, but because I didn't actually allow him to continue with those lane changes, they didn't seem as severe. But you want to make sure you're really mindful of where you are and continue in your lane. If you notice anyone around you, do not try and switch lanes like this.
Stay in this lane, stay in this lane.
This 3rd exit.
Yeah, but there was somebody to your right, so we couldn't switch over like that. Stay in this lane, stay in this lane.
This 3rd exit.
Yeah, but there was somebody to your right, so we couldn't switch over like that. Turn right, please.
As we're getting to this junction, there is a large vehicle parked on the left-hand side, so Harrish needed to move back to the left after the vehicle, so he needs to be on the left at the junction, but he stays on the right-hand side.
You gotta be more careful, you can't move out like that, yeah? You gotta be more careful, you can't move out like that, yeah?
Okay, I have to give way to this.
Yeah. Thank you. Keep to the left. Secure the car. Switch off the engine. And if you give me a few minutes, that's the end of your driving test.
Oh, I failed miserably.
So let's talk about your test. How was your test, Harrish?
Not the day I should have come. So, I think I was way too nervous, so I made that mistakes which I shouldn't do.
Yeah.
So I started very bad. When I started on the lane where people should have come with the from the starting point. Yeah.
I thought with that one, yes, you moved over to the left to get around the parked car.
Yeah.
You were going to the end, and I just said, "Oh, turning right," as a reminder. But I was thinking maybe I got you to position on the wrong side of the road there.
Yeah.
But even then, you shouldn't have been doing that, right?
Yeah.
But then there was loads of other things that happened afterwards, which made me think, "Oh no, he does this." Like
lane discipline, I think I should have worked.
Lane discipline on the roundabouts is out the window. You know, on that roundabout after Tesco's.
Yes.
You started in the left lane.
Yes.
As you got to the roundabout, you straight lined and went middle.
Yeah.
As you entered the roundabout, you went third.
Yeah.
So you went across 3 lanes.
Yeah.
And then you realise you're checking your mirrors and you're moving back. But all the while, there's people there.
Yes.
So lane discipline is a big factor. Use of mirrors, change direction. You got marked down for that a few times. In terms of number of serious faults, I have lost count. Just because there were quite a few silly ones. The parallel parking was really nice. Control, observation, really nice. Just right near the end, the van turned up. Just kind of keep an eye on the road because we're still in the road. But the great thing was you had been checking all around, and the road is really wide. He could easily get through.
Yeah.
The emergency stop, bit slow. You needed a bit quicker on that brake. That's it. The rest was really nice. Observation with that one. There's a lot of coasting going on. Has your instructor mentioned coasting at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
That even I.
In terms of, like, Harrish, in terms of a driving test, the examiner's not going to say, "Oh, you're coasting, minor fault." Yeah, they're not going to write that down. But it's more for you in terms of control. Every time we're driving and there's a junction or something or a speed bump, you're going clutch and just coasting, or there's a left turn and there's nobody around you and it's really wide, you're at the right speed, you're just clutch and turning. It's just not great for control.
Yes.
I really want to talk about what happened right at the end here.
Yeah.
On that last.
Yes. So what I was thinking that I have to, because I entered on the correct lane, I believe, for the 4th exit. Then I went to the 2nd lane just to get out.
So as you entered that roundabout, there were 2 lanes, right?
Yeah.
You went into the right hand one.
Yes.
As you went round, that lane was going outwards, but we only had like the 2nd exit in front, and then the other lane, like a new lane, appeared on the right, which had a right arrow. Because you know you're taking 4 and that's 2, we don't want to move out just yet. You should have gone back in.
Yeah.
And at the point that you realised, oh, this is the wrong exit, you were checking and kind of about to move, and there was a white car right there. So I said, don't do that, just go this way. At that particular point, I would rather you go the wrong way.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Then I want to talk about what happened when we're coming up to that T-junction crossroads.
This one, Herschel Street,
Not this one, the one before it.
Yeah, I just didn't realize because I was at this position where any car could come, so I was a bit nervous. So.
But with that junction, you couldn't be on the left because there was a large vehicle, which is fine, but your fault was what happened after. He's on the left-hand side blocking your side. After him, there was still some space to come back. Even if you come back a little bit, it shows that you're trying to get back to your side of the road. And now if somebody else turns in and they're being obstructed because of your position, that's not your fault. But if you don't make any effort and now you're just standing like this, that is your fault.
That is fault, yeah.
But then because you panicked when you got there and then you thought, oh, let me just go, and now there's a car coming.
Yes.
So that made the matter even worse.
Yeah.
So everything just kind of went at that point.
Yeah, I was thinking I'm a good driver, but I failed miserably. Yeah.
And even on Sainsbury's roundabout, when we came up to it the first time we did Sainsbury's roundabout, you got a serious fault straight away because you slowed down the silver Mercedes guy that gave you way, because you started in the left lane, but you did the same thing. As you entered, you moved into the right.
Yes.
And then you kind of exit and then you moved back.
Yeah.
So it's a reoccurring theme on roundabouts. You don't position or stick to your lane. That's the big factor. If I've missed any points, guys, I will be putting them in throughout the videos as voiceovers, so don't worry. And I'm going to go through everything else with you because I can't remember at the top of my head right now, because I feel like we've gone over the main points anyways.
Yes.
On two separate roundabouts, when you're making a right turn, you're going in without a right signal.
Okay.
So nobody in the roundabout or like outside of the roundabouts knows that you're going to go that way. They're thinking, oh, maybe he's going straight.
Yeah. That's a mistake.
So on two separate occasions, right signal was missing.
And on that right side also, when we went to over the junction, I believe, that's all one of the things.
Over the junction. When the light goes red, you need to turn.
Okay.
Because you're in the middle of the junction.
Yes.
You can't keep waiting because now you're holding up traffic from this junction from coming in.
Yeah.
If it was a filter arrow, then there would have been two separate traffic lights.
Yeah.
But there was only one traffic light, which means, you know that there was space for a filter arrow, wasn't there?
Yes.
That is usually timed. So if it's like a busy time, they will add that in. So that a lot of traffic that wants to turn can just go. But usually that turn's probably not that popular, so they only turn it on sometimes. So don't wait for the filter. If it's just a normal green light, as soon as it goes red, turn.
Just turn. Yeah.
Because you're in the middle already. If you were behind the line, then it would make more sense to stop. But yeah, that's the end of the driving test, guys. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like the video. Let us know down in the comments what you thought of today's video, and if you enjoyed this video and actually learned a thing or two. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and select that bell icon so that you get a notification every time that I am uploading. And that is it from us today, guys. How are you feeling about your test?
Well, thank you so much for the mock test. It's just a reality check that I should take more and more lessons. I used to tell my wife that you should drive this way, you should drive this, and now after this video, I just lost that respect and everything.
Now you have to sit in silence.
Yeah. You're driving fine.
But the great thing is you'll be able to watch this back and go, actually, I can see exactly what I did wrong and how to fix it.
Yes.
Yeah?
That's quite helpful.
That's the main thing that you want to take out of this.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it from us today, guys.